So we'll get it started. Holly, welcome to Keeping Up with College, a new Zoom interview style where we just talk to current, past, and future athletes like you. So you're the first future athlete we have, or that I've talked to on these Zoom episodes. So welcome. I'm excited to talk to you. I'm excited to get to know where you're going to go or if you've committed anywhere, what your thoughts are before even heading, because I haven't spoken to anyone that hasn't officially gone over yet. So I'm excited for you. So we'll start off with just you introducing yourself, your name, where you're from, how old you are, and if you've committed anywhere.
Well, obviously, I'm Holly Doggett. I'm 18. I live in New South Wales in Goulburn. I play soccer and I've committed to South Puget Sound Community College in Olympia, Washington.
Cool, awesome. Olympia, Washington, that's so cool. I've never actually been to Washington State. I've been on to the West Coast, but I've never been that far north. So, do you know much about Seattle or Olympia itself? I know Olympia is a bit further south than Seattle. But do you know much about the state or where you're going to?
Um, Nothing apart from that it's cold and it's a lot like Goulburn. So I should hopefully be good with the dealing with the weather, but when I see snow, I might be inside hiding.
It's a wild thing to see, snow in like the town that you're living in when for us in Australia, we would go to, the mountains,
Yeah.
Mount Thredbo or wherever to go and have our ski trip.
Yeah.
But
Like nearly maybe a 40-minute drive from where I am, like in Crookle, they have snow all the time and we do not get it in Goulburn. So I'm like, oh gosh.
is that just because of elevation?
Yeah, pretty much. But I'm like, oh no, I do not want to deal with snow.
And you said you play soccer. What position are you?
I'm more of an attacking winger. So I try and cross those balls in or I have a shot when I can. But yeah, more of an attacking winger.
Yeah, cool. Awesome. Okay, so when did you actually decide that you wanted to study and play in the US, and like what inspired you to kind of take this journey?
I probably committed and really signed up with the green room when I was in year nine
Yep.
and I graduated last year. So I've been here for nearly 4 years now. Um, and basically, I had no idea about even that this opportunity was an opportunity until one of my friends that I used to play basketball with signed up. And I was like, oh, that's really cool. I want to see what they're doing. I
Mhm.
was under the impression it was only for basketball because she was the only person I've seen do it.
Yeah.
And then I realized, oh, I can actually do it for soccer. And I basically walked up to the lounge room to mum and dad and I was like, we're booking an interview. This is what I want to do. Because I remember I'd go on holidays with mum and dad and I'd basically be like, this is what I want to do. I want to move here. And they're like, no, you can't. I was like, well, I'm finding a way. I want to do it. And that was maybe when I was like 7 when I was saying that. And
7 years
crazy,
old.
yeah, and crazy to
Wow.
think that when I was 10 years later, I've actually doing it, which is pretty crazy. But yeah,
That is pretty crazy. I thought I was young when I first, started telling mum and dad like, oh, I wanna go to the US. I wanna go live out that, that whole movie life scene,
yeah,
go on a
yeah. To see
sorority
like
or
movies and stuff. And I used to always joke around with mum and dad saying, this is what I want to do. And they're like, no, you can't. You just can't do it. I was like, well, now I am. So,
So
yeah.
how did they like officially take it? Like, are they obviously, they're sending their baby off to the US of all places. How do they feel about you wanting to do this?
I am quite literally the baby of the family. I am the youngest. So I like obviously came up and I was like, this is what I want to do. And they are very supportive. So I'm very grateful for that. We booked the meeting with Matt, and I think a week later we sent the payment and I was like this is literally my dream. This is what I want to do. They've been very supportive throughout the whole thing, but mum is very, you don't have to go if you don't want to.
Yeah.
She she's supportive, but she's also very, very nervous for her
Yeah.
little girl to
Of
move.
course, yeah, it is scary. I mean, you're sending your little baby, of all your babies, the babiest, off to, the US, and I mean, it's scary, but you're gonna have an experience like, no one else has, or it's an experience of a lifetime. So it's exciting and it's nerve-wracking, but I can totally understand where mum's coming from. Yeah. Okay, so let me just see where the timeline is. So when did you commit to Green Room, and then when did you commit to South Puget?
Um, I joined with Green Room maybe when I was in year nine. It was like towards the end of the year. So
And you're in
want to say
grade 12 this year, yeah?
last year. So
Oh, you've
maybe,
already graduated.
yeah, I graduated last year
Oh, I
in
see.
September. Yeah, in September. And
Oh,
I think I committed to South Puget Sound while I was still in year 12, like maybe halfway through. So
okay.
committed now. It came up to a year a few days ago, actually, being committed to South Puget Sound. It was a
Okay.
very early offer. And looking at it, I was like, yeah, this is what I want. This is,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, cool. Um, and so you must be heading off in a couple of months, basically.
Yeah, I actually had my visa appointment at the US consulate in Sydney yesterday.
Yep. How did that go?
That was the most nerve-wracking thing that I've been stressing about for so long. And then
Yep.
I walk in and it's do your fingerprints, then go up, like answer two questions, and yeah, we'll give you your visa. And I was like, I went through so many nervous breakdowns over
Mhm.
what, like, and
Yeah.
there was just like no information anywhere about what it actually is. Like,
Yeah.
so it's just something that's not really talked about, the visa
Yes.
interview. But like anyone that's going, like, do not stress. Like, it is not a stressful thing. I
Hmm.
think that's really one thing if I talk to anyone about, I would actually like tell them.
Yeah. Yeah, it is. We all go through the same thing. I don't even know how long ago it was now, probably 6 years ago for me, but I remember it so well because I was like you, I was stressing. I was so scared to go in, and I was like, I think I remember texting Matt, like saying like, oh, like how long is this going to take? Like, what are they going to ask me? Like, please help me. Like, I'm scared. And then I go in, it's like a 5 minute waiting line. I go up
Yeah,
to the little booth that they had set up. A couple fingerprints here and there, a couple questions. What are you going for? Oh, I'm going to
yeah.
play soccer in college. Okay, cool. Like we'll send it to you in a couple weeks. And I was like, oh, all right, cool. And so they take your passport and they're like, okay, we'll send you your visa in your passport in a couple of weeks. So it's like it's scary, kind of like handing off your passport to this random person, but it's the government, so you know it's your whole life right there.
Yeah,
No, it's so simple. Like I don't know why
yeah.
people
Like
stress.
literally the most simple process I think I've ever been through. And I was like, oh, okay then.
Yeah, exactly right. It's wild. I remember it so well. Okay, so how has like the recruitment process been like for you at Green Room Futures so far?
It's been one of the easiest, most best things I think I've ever done. Like like myself and my family, we've created this like family friendship connection with Matt. So it's a lot more than just a business thing with Matt now. It's a like if we go down to Victoria or something,
Yeah,
we sometimes meet up with Matt, or if he's up here in New South Wales or Canberra, like
yeah,
we go up and meet with him. And like I praise Matt with so much in the stuff that he does. Like it is the most easiest, calmest process. Like, and he's helped me with so much. And the way him and Richo just build my profile and sent it out. Like I think I had woken up one day and Matt had sent me an email saying, oh, South Puget sounds interested in you. And I was like, oh, this is like actually real. Okay. Um, and Matt was like, this is what they want. Here's all of their contacts. And
Yeah.
like I didn't have to stress about having to send any of my stuff out. Like Matt did that all for me. And it was just getting on a Zoom call and having a meeting with them. And
Yeah.
it's such a simple process with Matt.
Yeah, he's such a like a chill guy. He's so easy to get along with. And honestly, that makes such a difference because,
Yeah.
yeah, we're a business and we're trying to help um, you know, y- kids find a school and these schools find, new recruits and stuff. So it's a very much an interchangeable business between, these partners that we're making. But it's also like, you're human beings too. You're young kids. Like we want you to feel comfortable in your decisions and we want you to, you know, feel like, this is right for me. And you're young, you're 18, like you need to feel very comfortable. And so that's what we try to do. Like we try to make it very personable. We try to keep these as like conversations and, just make things really fun and light. So Matt is like, and he's always been like that. He was like that with me as well. I went through Matt. Um, he sent me over to Texas back in 2019. So I remember the process being exactly the same as you. Like he was so nice and so chill about things, and it was just so easy. So
Yeah.
100%, yeah. Okay, so have you ever actually been to the US before, or is this like your first time?
No, I have. Like I've gone on holidays and stuff with like my family. Like that's more in the California type area. Like we've been to Hawaii
Hmm.
and then what we're in 25 years. So 2 years ago in November, I actually went over with Gary French and
Oh, yeah.
Pat to this Surf Cup tournament.
Yes.
So I've experienced what American football is. So I have an idea of how it's going to be. So I'm not going to get bombarded with their fast tempo and stuff like that because like when we I play over here, it's just very simple possession, hold that ball. And then I went over there and it's just fast tempo. And I was like, okay, so now I need to work on my cardio. So like I'm obviously like a fit girl, but I was like, these girls are just next level. So like going over and doing the surf cup was really a life-changing experience. And I think also me holding my own against them made me want to move even more because I was like,
Yeah.
I know I'm good enough to compete against these girls. Like I know I'm not going to fall behind. So definitely doing that surf cup changed a lot, like for me mentally and stuff as well.
Yeah. That is so fantastic to hear. Um, Yeah, that's amazing. Let's now that we're on the topic of Surf Cup, if you can remember like very specific details, like when it is, what was the weather like, how many games you played, anything like that, like
So I'm more than certain it was like the last few weeks of November
yeah,
going on to December. I
yeah.
know there's one coming up again soon for girls my age that want to go and do it. So I definitely would recommend having a look into that. We got to Irvine.
Yeah.
We did some shopping. We had some training sessions, played a game against Liverpool Academy. Then we went to San Diego for the actual tournament.
Mhm.
Um, I think we played a game every day, so 3 games altogether.
Mhm.
Um, we went and visited a few colleges, and then we went back to Irvine, went to Universal Studios and stuff like that, and then obviously more shopping. So my poor bank account afterwards. But no, it was definitely intense. Like there was a lot of training, wake up early, go to bed early, be prepared, have your breakfast. Like it was a very like
Yeah.
proper,
Go, go, go.
very professional.
Yeah.
Um, but it was also like with Matt and me knowing Matt, like I felt very comfortable. Like obviously my parents came over with me as well, but I was
Okay.
also like, okay, I know if I can't see my parents, or like I don't want to talk to my parents, I can go speak to Matt because I had that relationship with Matt.
Yeah.
And the thing was, 4 weeks prior to me flying out, I had actually broken my ankle.
Uh,
So I was like still healing while I was playing, but I was like, no, I've gotten the all clear from the physio. I'm not gonna let this stop me.
mhm.
And that again was so supportive and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Um, I remember it was the day we were in the airport going home, and because I was flying to Brisbane, driving home because
Mhm.
we ended up driving up to Brisbane. Then Matt and a few girls were flying to Melbourne. We had like this little farewell kite thing in the airport, and me and a few of the other girls, I think there was maybe two other girls, including me, that ended up getting a yellow card during the tournament. So Matt made this little like yellow card thing with like he tried making a poem to talk about how we got the yellow card and stuff like that.
Oh
It
my
was the funniest thing. But I ended up crying afterwards because he was like, even though you had a broken ankle, you still pushed in and you still made us all proud and all that. And I was like, oh my God, Matt, you've just made me cry because
God.
he's just that kind of person. But it was the funniest thing I think I've ever seen. It's like, because I've had a few yellow cards here and there, but never have I been presented a yellow card with this like rap poem type thing
Oh
explaining it. And I was
my
like, oh, okay, Matt, you should
God.
get a career in singing.
I need to witness this. Like, I'm trying to picture Matt like reciting a poem or rapping, and I just want to. I need to see this.
It was the funniest thing. And I was like, and literally, like when he said, oh, we're so proud of what you've done, it just, I literally teared up because I was like, as much as my parents told me they're so proud of me, like hearing it from someone else
Yeah.
and someone that is so important to my life now because they're literally planning my future, basically,
Hmm.
hearing it from them, it made me have such a stronger connection with Matt again because I was like, he's seen what I've gone through and like some of my lowest points, but he doesn't give up. Like he still works and still makes sure that you're okay and
Yeah.
it's so much praise and love for Matt. It's not funny.
That's so amazing to hear. Oh, I love that. Um, how was the game against that Liverpool Academy? Like that sounds
um
interesting.
I it was a really strong, intense game. I
Hmm.
actually ended up missing a goal, and Matt was hanging so much shit on me. It wasn't funny. Um, and then during the Surf Cup tournament, we had penalties, like two out of three of our games went into penalties. It
Oh,
was so
wild.
stressful. Um, I ended up scoring like one of the penalties, and I was like, Matt, that was for you. So stop bullying me for missing now.
Nice, nice. Give it to him.
Yeah, so it was very intense against Liverpool, but like it just was such a life-changing experience. And like it helped that pre-Surf Cup game helped all of us girls form into like that tight group and make
Yeah.
connections because we all understood how we all played and what our abilities were and stuff like that. So it was
Mhm.
definitely something I'm very grateful for, like having that pre-game like trial game before the actual tournament,
Yeah.
because having our first game of the tournament as our first game together, it might have gone a bit different, but yeah, it was really good. Yeah.
Yeah. Awesome. Okay. Let's see. Oh, does this journey does it scare you in any way? Like going to the US, is it scary?
Yes, it is definitely scary, but I think it's more having to say goodbye to family and friends that's scaring me the most. Like, I'm so excited to move and start this chapter, but I'm so scared to just
Yeah.
say goodbye and then the time zones and stuff like that. So I think that's the thing that I'm most scared about, but I know they're all so supportive and stuff like that. So it makes it fuels me more to do it. So I
Hmm.
don't let them down in a way, if that makes sense. Like
Yeah.
I put so much time and effort into this sport and like going overseas now. It's definitely scary to say goodbye to people I've known my whole life
Hmm.
to now moving somewhere where I don't know anyone.
Yeah.
But it's also, I'm not only am I doing it for myself, I'm doing it for them. So yeah,
Yeah, you want to give back. You want to show them, that you can, if you can do this, you can do anything, and I think you'll just make your family and your friends just super proud of, this journey that you're about to go on and that, you're going to put your all into. So yeah,
yeah,
no, it's great to hear that. Um, what are you hoping to like get out of going to the US? Meeting new people or better
yeah,
soccer or yeah.
definitely to improve my football. Like that is definitely the main thing because different environment, different playing skills, different coaches obviously always improve you as a player mentally and stuff like that. But definitely making new lifelong friends and have making these memories, it's probably something I'm so excited for. Like just thinking about it, it makes me so happy that I get to do this.
Yeah.
And yeah, definitely getting to improve my football and get coached by a different coach is one of the things that I'm most excited about.
Yeah. It almost feels like a privilege to be able to be given this opportunity
Yeah.
and sort of feel like I can do it in a safe environment or um where things are going to fall in place, like coaching staff, where you're going to live, the team you're going to be a part of, the area you're going to live. Like it
Yeah.
all feels like an amazing opportunity. And I can tell
Yeah.
you'll take this with open arms and run full force with it. So it's great. I noticed that, I call it soccer and you call it football, which listen,
Yes.
I used to be like that too. I used to call football football. And then suddenly I went to the US and I got confused when people would say, American football versus soccer.
Yeah.
Just be aware of that.
That's definitely something that I'm nervous about is like the different slang and
Yeah.
language. That's definitely going to stuff me up. But I'm excited to come back to like Australia and use my slang and confuse everyone and then get to teach them about it. So that's definitely what I'm really excited about as well.
Yeah. Yeah, I could go on and on about the different words that everyone uses and the things that I use that no one
Yeah.
else understood me with when I was over there. But I won't go through that because I think it's hilarious that you'll go through that for the first time. So that's exciting. I'm excited for you. Um, okay. So what are your like long-term goals, both academically and athletically?
Um, so I'm studying nutrition, so getting my nutrition degree and it might be hard to get that transferred over to like the Australian system, but with that being said, like I can just do a bridging course, but I'm definitely excited to at least get a degree in nutrition so I can help, like, even if it's just my family and having like a healthy eating plan and helping some friends and stuff like that at soccer and whatnot. Athletically, just getting more fit and just falling in love with that game all over again
Mhm.
in a different way is definitely what I'm most want out of it athletically. And then coming home and it might be just playing local here in Goulburn, but getting to be that role model for all the young girls to be, oh, this is what I want to do. And I can tell them what the process is and what it's like to live over there and study.
Yeah.
So, definitely something I'm most excited about is bringing that back to Australia and to Goulburn and teach all the young girls that and boys that if this is something you want to do, don't be scared. Like, go and do it. Like, it's a once in a lifetime opportunity. And if you're able to do it, do it. Like, I would hate myself if I was to give this opportunity up, because when am I ever going to get that opportunity again?
Yeah, you're right. It's scary, but I think if you're brave enough to take it, then you should be all in because it's such an amazing opportunity, and one that you really just you can't miss. So
Yeah.
it's great. So you want to study nutrition. Are you scared to come into the US and see the nutrition status over there?
Oh, definitely. But um it's yeah, it's definitely going to be something that's so different
Mhm.
to um Australia. Like, walking into the supermarket here is something that's so different over there. Like, I remember walking into Target after one of the Surf Cup games, and I was like, this is not Target.
Mhm.
Like, it's so
Basically, Woolies
different.
and Kmart mixed in one. Or
Yeah, it
even
is
Big W.
so, so different. And it's definitely what I'm excited about. Like, because America and Australia are like polar opposites to each other. Like, quite literally. Like, okay, it's summer over there for them and winter here for us. Like, it's everything is going to be a completely new lifestyle, and getting to basically start over, start fresh, and learn everything, and getting into a new rhythm, especially with writing the date, because I had to do
Yep.
that yesterday. And I was like, oh, this is stressful.
Yep. I still don't know. I still get confused. I still read American dates and I'm like, wait, what? Especially if, the date is before the number 12, it's
Yeah.
hard. It's
Like,
hard. And
I look at
Fahrenheit too,
things.
I still don't know. So
Yeah,
don't
I look at
stress in
yeah,
that area.
I look at some things, and there was one day, like, it was the 30th, and I was like, there are not 30 months in a year. What are you guys doing? And I was like, oh wait, it goes month, date.
Yeah. That's so funny. That's so true though. Um, okay. So you committed to South Puget Sound, a community college. What were your reasons as to why you chose that one? Like, did you get any offers from any other schools, or did you just get that one and say, yep, let's do it. I'm in.
I got the offer to South Puget Sound, and then I also got a D2 in Missouri. Um, but I was like, no, I've I've South Puget Sound was my first offer, and obviously being out of school for nearly 12 months, when I move over there, it's going to be like 12 months without doing any schooling, like studying or whatever. I was like, going to a 2-year college, I know I'm going to get playtime because there's less girls on the roster.
Mhm.
Um, it's going to be easier to get back into that rhythm of work, college, playing and studying, and getting everything back into that rhythm that I used to have when I was at school.
Mhm.
And I had meetings with both of the coaches, and they both gave very similar offers.
Yeah.
But, like, I just felt more drawn to South Puget Sound because of the coaches, and
Yeah.
the coaches that I've spoken to are very, like, friendly, and they're a lot more relaxed. So, and with that being said, like, I have to just maintain like a 2.0, whereas if I go to Missouri, I had to keep a higher GPA, which I could have done
Mhm.
easily, because, like, once I've had my mindset on something, I can do it.
Yeah.
But I was like, just getting back into that rhythm of college and everything, going to a 2-year was probably easier and more cost effective and better for my family.
Yeah.
And then I was also like, oh, once I finish my 2 years here, I can go to another state and experience another life, and
Yeah.
experience more of that American culture somewhere else as well.
Yeah. Yeah. Um, yeah, that's fantastic to hear. I think we're very similar in that aspect where, you don't have to commit to a 4-year college in one state. You can commit to somewhere for 2 years, where you're right, where you'll get more of a chance of playing time. It'll be more of a close-knit group of girls, and then you can transfer out to another state and sort of experience more of that American culture, because it really is different state to state. I went to 3 different states and they were all so different from each other. Um, and I went to 3 different divisions as well. So each place had its or each place has its pros and cons anyway, but each division was just so different from one another. It was, it was crazy. It was great. It was fantastic. I don't have any regrets. So, I think that was the right decision. I'm very excited for you. I'm happy for you. I think, Washington will be really cool. Will be cold for sure. No, it'll be awesome. And you're so close to, lots of people, internationals especially, will fly into California or LA. And I guess, going from LA up to Seattle would be a bit easier than, say, having to go to LA to Missouri.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's always, things just work out. And, when you have a good feeling, you have that, you have that good feeling. It kind of settles and it sits right in your head as well. So that's good.
Yeah.
Okay, so we've got about 7 minutes left. Let's see. Um, so with, like, apart from your visa, did you have to take any other exams or, like, part of the recruitment process, like your SATs, um, or your I-20, if you can explain those?
Um, so the SAT, by far the easiest exam I think I've ever done in my whole entire schooling.
Really?
Like, yeah, like I just booked it online. I think I've gone to Sydney and I did one in Canberra. Like I did
Yeah.
3 or 4 altogether. And Matt was like, you just need to get into this range
Yeah.
and don't stress about it. And I got there on my last attempt and I was like, no, I'm more than happy with this. And it's just such a upfront forward process. Like do 2 English, 2 math, get like a little walk around break during it. And I think the best thing about it is the answers and the stuff that you put in, that's only based on what you've done and that's the score you get. Whereas with the HSC here, that's based on your class, your state, the students in that class, and everything like that. And I was like, the SATs just what you've said is your answer. Like, you don't have to stress about what other people put in because
Hmm.
it's reflecting on you as a person.
Yeah.
So I definitely think the SAT's been one of the easiest, most forward processes that I've done in this whole like going to America process. Like the SAT was just so
Yeah.
straightforward, so easy.
It's just one exam, one result. You fall into a range, and that range, can determine if you are smart enough to get into an Ivy League, or if you can get into a JUCO, or really any range of schools. So it's so
So yeah, it was just so straightforward. And I was like, oh, maybe some people should take some hints from this and just do that. But I was like, yeah, oh well.
What about your I-20? Have you had to do anything with that?
I
Have you got-
got sent my I-20 from the school, so I just had to get that printed off, had to
Mhm.
sign where it asks me to sign, and then had to take it to my visa appointment, and
Right.
yeah.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
when I enter or go to the airport, I have to have my I-20 with me because they can check my visa and go, oh, where's your I-20? We want proof that you are a student. So I just have to show them my I-20 that
Yeah.
this is the college I'm going to, this is where it is. And yeah,
Yeah.
pretty straightforward.
Yes, you're right. Whenever you go through border security and customs at the US border, you will have to present your visa for your F1 visa, and they will also definitely ask you for your I-20. So my biggest advice would be sort of keep those two together because you can't go into the country with one and not the other. So might as well keep them together, and make sure you bring it home because you won't need your I-20. Your visa's already in your passport, so you will need your passport anyway when you come home. But you need to bring your I-20 home as well, even though you don't have to present it to Australian border and security, you will need it to come back. So
Yeah.
basically, what I'm telling you is don't do what I did and not bring it home with you because that was a mess and it was all sorted. I was able to come back in the country, into the US. But yeah, just keep it with you. For anyone listening in, like just keep your visa and your I-20 with you and
Yeah.
you'll be good to go. Um, okay, so I've a couple more questions left. We only have 3 minutes left. What advice would you give another student athlete that's thinking of doing the same process like you and going over to the US?
Um, like obviously if you have questions, ask Matt. Like don't hesitate to try and get answers yourself. Like Matt, yourself, and Richo, you're all there to help and guide. So like if you're nervous, tell them, ask, like they'll help. Definitely if you get the opportunity, do it. Like it is once in a lifetime opportunity. It's something that I'm so grateful that I got the opportunity to do it. So I definitely do it. Don't stress when you go for your visa interview because it's such a straightforward, easy process. So there's nothing to stress about. Just make sure you have your documents, either cash to pay or a proper debit, master, credit card with your name on it. Otherwise, they won't take it. And that's what happened with me. Um, I had my dad's card and they were like, nope, we need yours. So I didn't have my card with me. So I had to go get cash.
Right.
But again, that was so straightforward. They were like, yep, here's a tick. Just go tell security you'll be back. And I didn't have to bypass everything. I just had to get my cash, walk back in, go through security, and go back to where I was. And it is, even with that little hiccup, it was such a easy process. So it's definitely, don't stress. If you have questions, ask and just go and enjoy it and have fun.
Yeah, that's perfect advice. Yes, yep. Get your cash or get your credit card with your name on it. But yes, we are here to help. You are right. So, if you have any questions, just ask, basically. We've been through this. We've gone through the whole college system, the recruiting process, everything. So we are there to help. Okay, Holly, thank you so much for joining me. I'm so excited. Congratulations on your commitment. We'll get some posts out to you shortly. And yeah, I can't wait for what the future holds for you. Thank you so
Thank
much.
you.
All right, bye-bye.
Bye bye.